Hello and welcome back to Victoria 3. We are continuing on with the Hudson's Bay Company and trying not to spiral completely into bankruptcy on our very first campaign. We got a lot of radicals in the country, I'm realizing, but the standard of living is good. We've got literacy up a little bit. I mean, it kind of looks like it's dropped here, but I'm pretty sure it's going up. We did introduce public schools. We did improve cultural exclusion. We did have racial segregation before that. And now we're enacting oligarchy to bring ourselves out of an autocracy, to bring ourselves towards the communist socialist super state of the Hudson's Bay Company. Our biggest issues right now is still like trying to get enough businesses up and probably like not spending so much money. I'd like to get these mines in the north, but I am wondering if they are worth it. We don't have enough people to work these gold fields. This would be huge if we could move more people into the Yukon to work these gold mines. Because like they're really struggling here. And I feel like that's where we're caught up. From the Americas of the continent. The old Americas continent? I don't know about that. I mean, what tectonic plate are we on? Yay! Trade unions are now influential. And industrialists are no longer powerful. So the power is rolling away from the industrialists who love us and are super loyal towards the trade unionists who improve manufacturing and workforce ratio. Egalitarian, anti-slavery, proletarian, and populist. These are who I'd like to get up there in some crazy power just to see what would happen. The Americas, sometimes collectively called the America, are a landmass comprising of all of North and South America. Well, I guess so. Two continents, but still sometimes called one continent. Maybe Europe and maybe Asia and Europe are, and Africa is just one continent now. We have Lower Europe, we have Eastern Europe, and we have Western Europe. And then we have England. We'll get them confused. This is why you lose words like net. It's a mess. It's all a mess, I tell you. Can't get anything fixed. I'm getting the feeling like we're gonna have to pause this government construction. Our law has stalled, and that is pretty bad because it just dropped our success rate down by like 10%. People have been complaining about the difference of living standards between us and Lower Canada. After the shop door swung shut, the exchange of meaningful glance, she didn't even notice you gave her the wrong change. Why do you think I do it? Her sort can afford it. I'll be damned if Lower Canada think they can come here and flaunt their wealth expecting us to tolerate it. Trade unions get criticized economic injustice. It's the way things are. Not think about it. Pops become more radical. Dude, I'll give trade unions some power. And the interest of the industrialists in the lucrative tea trade with Russia has begun to lobby in favor of closer ties with Russia. That's a good question. A new pro-country lobby is created targeting Russia, where industrialists lose political strength. What do the industrialists want? They really like me, so it's like they hate welfare, they love colonizing, and no, I don't think I like the industrialists. So we're going to take them down a peg as well. Continents are funny. Need a prime minister called Judge Dredd. Says he's the law and it'll get passed. I would love a Judge Dredd prime minister right about now. Not trading on the world market. Yeah, I guess that's one thing is we could build a trade center and we would get access to the world market as well, and then maybe some stuff would be cheaper. We wouldn't be so reliant on the British. But yeah, see, like everybody is importing wood and iron. We've got access to like all the most valuable basic goods. We just have to get it together. And also finish our colonization here. "29 weeks to build these iron mines in the Northwest Territories." I don't know, like, is this even worth doing? What's the deal with this place that it's so... Northern Canadian terrain, 20% state construction efficiency, 20% infrastructure, low migration, low agriculture. I'm going to pause all of this. If I'm not buying 4,000 goods, that should solve my $2,000 expense bill. How does that not solve? I mean, I'm bleeding less, but there's no way for me to fill up more. You guys have all your population. Like, all of these jobs are back to being full. Power block in Paris. You're looking for shopkeepers, but that's okay. So I'm wondering, like, should I increase these logging camps more? Here. And like, if there's people that work these jobs and the logging camps are extremely valuable, maybe what I should just be doing is focusing on them right now instead. Gotta spend that money to make money. Iron Confederacy is a pretty metal tribe name, yes. Trade centers manually built and they allow you to well trade. The more you have, the more you can trade. Not even the seals want to mine over there. There's not a lot going on in the north, so. But yeah, I don't understand how minus 2.75, and if I pause, minus 4. I don't understand how that number doesn't become a positive. But I guess the investment pool? Question mark? The tax waste doesn't help. Yeah, but I can't figure out how to get this number up. Like, we built a government administration. I could, I guess, put filing cabinets in here. Or maybe a standardized filing system. That would give me positive bureaucracy. Oh man, I also didn't realize this gives you better state construction. God damn, these industrialists just keep becoming more and more powerful somehow. They're out of control. Probably need more of those where you have the most population. That would be Manitoba. Yeah. Manitoba is my biggest pop center. Oh, Saskatchewan actually has like quite a lot now too. Though they are not doing so good over here. Why are you so impoverished? Why are you so struggling? to get some more money in here. Infrastructure usage is lower than or equal to infrastructure. Market access is 100%. Connected to the British market via shipping lanes to the ports of Lancashire and Quebec, with market access reduced to 96%. I mean, I think I need to put a port in here so that I can trade. And then I feel like railways. Fishing wharfs, whaling stations, development, a port. Urbanization. Cannot build a port in Manitoba because Manitoba does not have an accessible coastline. Are you sure about that? I could put in a trade center, but there's not enough people to work it. Huh. Interesting. Bottom bar, second item, administration building, and check the list. Sort by taxation capacity. Administration buildings. Right, based on like peasants, I guess. Token tribes who aren't cultural or religious tied to the main country, so they get worse wages. Ice is the problem. What we need is global warming. You might be correct. I don't want to build any more of these because I'm also just like, these cost much in the way of upkeep, it seems. This kind of says like this would make earnings. Arts academies would also make earnings. I think I'm gonna need to build this port. Right now I want to build more logging camps, but I'm still spending so much money on wood. It's just outrageous. Oh, cool. And the British are actually building logging camps for me as well? Which is a pretty bro move of them to do, considering I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible. What about influence? What can we spend influence on? My liberty desire is 0. Because I'm not good at getting out of here. Canada? Form Canada. We control 4 of the 11 Canadian state regions. 8 controlled state regions required to form Canada. Maritimes, Alberta. Alberta and Saskatchewan will get soon. That'll put us at 6. The northern colonies. Colombia has some of that. I could probably get Newfoundland and Labrador. Maritimes is a little trickier. Are we still a powerhouse here? 42. Oh man, we've dropped a fair bit. We started, I think, 36. Do note that London investors get the dividends of that logging camp. Aha. But do we get the wood from that logging camp? Yeah, again, I'm still like pretty short on employees across the board here. All of it. This building is subsidized. Also, it doesn't do anything. Seems to be fine. Still get the goods and the wages go to your local pops, but the profits go to the Londonites. Lousy Londoners. An influential faction with a rural folk has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of the oligarchy. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. Rural folk get member flight. Minus 5% interest group pop attraction. Or the industrialists. I could pump a bunch of people out of the rural and into the industrialists, but I don't think that's good for us. I like the rural people being strong-ish. The industrialists already hold, like, all the power. Hudson's Bay Company supremacist movement is protesting. Yes, that's fine. Let them protest. Let them eat protests. Great way for countries extracting profits from their colonies. Just build stuff up. Yeah. Well, I mean, also because, like, I sell to the British market, which needs wood, so... Well, actually, I guess it needs iron, not wood. It needs paper, which in theory means it needs wood. Although Christopher Neal is still fighting for his cause, no one is following him anymore. This is the modernization guy. Despondent, Neal has started publicly remarking that they may give up his activism altogether. No time for timidity. This movement needs dramatic changes. Gets a radical new approach, a failed relaunch, or is all worked up. I feel like this guy is still useful to have because he's helped moving things towards the future. We'll do some dramatic changes. Despite not enjoying full rights under Hudson's Bay Company, some wealthier Gujarati people... I didn't realize we were moving in a bunch of Gujaratis. Have begun moving into neighborhoods and frequent establishments they would normally be excluded from. If we want our children to have a future, this is where we should raise them. I want them to live somewhere safe. Have you seen the looks we got when people talk about safe? They don't mean safe for us. They mean safe from us. Enforced segregation for 5 years. That doesn't sound like us. Segregation eroding for 5 years. The petit bourgeois loses some approval, and the Gujaratis become more loyalist. Let's take that. Indian subcontinent. Yeah. I'm happy to have him in here. All right, we're going to work this iron mine first, because I can at least get some money for it, and it's a little faster than that port. But I don't know how to solve this money problem yet. And I think we're starting to run out of time. I do have some extra bureaucracy. I could educate. The fervent nationalistic petit bourgeois has turned its rhetoric towards New Brunswick and the Maritimes. They have begun lobbying for hostile action against New Brunswick to realize their territorial ambitions. The Hull Quest Gazette. It's indisputable that the Maritimes possess a distinctly Hudson's Bay Company character. In fact, this region belonged to several of the precursor states whom we embody the legacy. Firstly, the officer sat pointedly at the man in front of the lecture hall presented his dissertation. When he held up an ancient coin he claimed he'd been found beneath Halifax, the audience exploded into cheers. He clapped along, but it was a solely mechanical gesture. His mind had already departed from the age of swords and sails. To retake the Maritimes was a matter of the present, of gunsmoke and cannon shot. All else could be argued over afterwards. The Maritimes are rightfully ours. Or we could weaken the petit bourgeois as well. Yeah, no, the Maritimes is rightfully ours. I'm fine with that. Nobody likes New Brunswick. Get out of here. We gotta make sure they know what's going on. God, there's so many things to keep track of. Volatile, volatile. Diplomacy, armies, everything. Buff. Law failed a little bit. So this is only like 3 more ticks. Probably on both sides, and the Iron Confederacy will be completely colonized. Start gobbling them up. Communists siding with the bourgeois? I'm just siding with taking Canada. We're gonna need the Maritimes to create a Newfoundland superstate. I want to build railways and stuff after too, but I don't know that they're going to be any helpful for us right now. I'd like to know how to get my interest down. And I feel like the only way I can do that is by making money. Like, if Great Britain wasn't sucking all this money out of me. We could raise more taxes. Commies and the bourgeoisies, dark times ahead. I mean, imminent bankruptcy seems like probably what's ahead. We'll erase our loans and bring us out of default. We'll have severe domestic consequences for our country. Torrential rains, okay. We'd have 10 years of bad prestige, bad loan rates, bad migration, bad armies. Okay. Don't do that. What if I reduced the wages? The armed forces already dislike me. The petit bourgeois couldn't get much worse. I don't love the idea of getting rid of the intelligista, but this is really such a minimal difference. Okay, we got 4 weeks on these iron mines. Draft a treaty with Mama UK to bail you out. That's good to know. Might have to do that. Started calling them Borg Swayzes as a form of class warfare, but Borg Swayze changed his name to it to counter the act of class warfare. That's where his name comes from. Damage relations. Support regime. Weekly liberty desire, legitimacy. Press knowledge sharing. Company monopoly. East Indian Company. Okay. Money transfer. Take on debt. 520 acceptance. Hmm. We are at war and the training rate has been lowered on our military buildings. That's fine. I'm not really at war. Like the Ottomans in Egypt are at war and looks like Egypt's getting spanked pretty hard there, so. Petitioners approach the government. Several prominent members of the Hudson's Bay supremacist movement have approached the government with an ambitious petition to see through their agenda. Petition considered. Petition refused. Animist rights. Yeah, definitely not these guys. Really? The trade unions? No, thank you. This afternoon, Matthew Jennings, leader of the Industrialists, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of oligarchy. Should ease the path, 15% or 10%. He becomes popular. No, let's just take that 15%. Thank you very much, Industrialists. I appreciate your assistance in the matter, but also get out of my country. Okay, and our market access is like mostly fixed again. You done? Okay, what happens if I pause? 2.62. Changes to? We're taking off 3.459. That simply doesn't add up. Do I want a pro emote tip? Absolutely I do. Always. Taxation level has been middle for a while. You sure you don't want to increase it? I mean, we could increase the taxes. Consumption tax on grain. We are collecting. We're in another war. That won't be a real one. Capitulation. Well, okay, we got to figure out what happened there. The scale at the top. We can tariff on this, but the only thing we can do is like add in more consumption taxes, yeah? If I have a ton of animated emote slots open, but only static emotes, you can just rename the JPEG to GIF instead. It'll work in the animated slot. Really, nerd? That's extremely useful to know. All the new stuff I get for partners, mostly just more animated slots, and I have a few frees, so. Oh, this. Yes. This would increase revenue. By a little bit. They are going to want better standard of living from all those taxes, but I have some authority, so I could also do something like put on opium tax, which is a fair bit of money. Oh my god, I think actually if we pause construction. Can we start paying off our debt? Oh my god. Technically, yes. Mexico has colonized Colorado, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. And appears to be... I don't know who's winning here, honestly. This seems like pretty good neutral ground. Gym time! Enjoy, my dude. Get those gains. gonna get those sneezes. My God. It's gonna hurt right at this rate. We need to save ourselves. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do because 161 is not gonna be a lot of extra money. But maybe we can just like crank it. The landowners have reduced tax income by 10% because they are very upset. But we've unlocked railways. Perhaps something in society. Investment pool. Weekly construction. Infrastructure. Central banking. That seems like it would help. The poor old government's gone back down to unacceptable here. Oh, if I kick out the petit bourgeois, people are really happy about it. But then the industrialists are completely in charge. But maybe that's okay. Because I don't really like the petit bourgeois. Which I guess are just the middle class. Seems risky. Like, the industrials are super loyal to me. And the petit bourgeois hate me the most. So actually, maybe I will reform my government. I'm gonna do it. We'll regret that decision in time, I'm sure. This should grow because as we pay off the interest, that's true. And I mean, as our population increases, we should start doing things like producing more iron and wood and stuff that we can sell. Yeah, like a lot of these places are... I'd love to be able to see something like working. Education is increased to 2. That's very good. Full acceptance, second-class citizens, open prejudice, cultural erasure. Okay, we're considering oligarchy again. The Great Yukon has had an earthquake. Oh, they're gonna have to deal with that on their own. Sorry, Yukon. And the business of legislating. Increased citing of the anti-New Brunswicker League members socializing with lawmakers at restaurants and entertaining establishments are raising concerns about lobbyist conduct. Petit bourgeois gets dunked and we get more legitimacy. Or we appease them. Let's strip their power because we just like kicked them out. 10 months to pass oligarchy. I hope that works. Portugal is no longer in the bloc. We are almost done this. 39 days and we'll colonize the last part of Saskatchewan. That should be really helpful. Yeah, I mean, there's not like a lot going on up here anyway, so. They got gold. Yeah, they should be fine. They got gold that they can't seem to get anybody to hire or work. Could I subsidize? Would that even make sense? That's expensive. Colonization of Saskatchewan complete. Wages required to maintain full employment. But like, if I'm paying to subsidize the gold field, shouldn't that also be then making more gold? I feel like this number is going to go down. Yeah, dramatically. Now it's down to like $3. I think we should be subsidizing the gold fields because it's literally spending money to make money. It's like the full definition of spending money to make money. Mines are opening themselves. How lovely. Investor class are building a steel mill. Oh, wow. That'll be good. Especially because we're using steel right now. Construction provided by the Hudson Bay in Saskatchewan. So, also, yeah, so Saskatchewan is incorporated now as well. Build railway, build government administration, build trade center. Using 16 of 50. Generation, pollution, infrastructure, transportation. Uses coal and engine. Oh, native uprising in the Great Plains. Actually, not my problem. Popular playwright endorses the reform towards oligarchy, strongly associated with the industrialists. She staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. 10% interests or 20 prestige. Let's pass this law. Trying really hard to get this place passed. I would like to know, like, can we... start colonizing Athabasca? Doesn't really seem like it. What a weird play. Who funded it? Well, I guess the government's funding it now, so... I believe HBC should have an unchecked board of directors. Poor ratio. Well, I never... so these guys are going to be mad at me, because this is not going to pass in 4 months. Even though I did this, like, almost right away. I am a wee bit concerned about the state of that. Laws are slow, man. It takes a long time to get anything done in government. Migration society. I wonder about if I could get these guys in here too. Like, how bad would it be? Pretty bad, hey? Armed forces. I could put in. Which would be reasonable. But, like, probably not really who I want in charge. Is oligarchy gonna really help me? Well, I want to become a socialist utopia, so ultimately, I think yes. Would it really help me, though? I mean, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, so... That is for us to still figure out. Patronize romanticism. When did this come in? Will complete if any Hudson's Bay Company building is an arts academy. Law advancement, an extra 15%. But it hasn't actually advanced. It's activated traditional art. Isn't it romantic? could patronize romanticism. He says, somehow losing money again. What's happening? What happened to my income? Is it the gold subsidies? Is it my market access? Oh man, Mexico. You didn't do so good in that war in the end. Hudson's Bay Company industrialists are interested in making investments in neighboring British industries. Improve our relations, get foreign investment, or invest domestically. Yeah, no, invest domestically. Did we learn nothing from the current trade war in the future? British-American rivalry has ended. Gold in Guyana. This steel mill is about to be done too, which should help us out a little bit. All right, look, if I'm losing money, I'm going to lose money while building a port. Upper Canada, improving relations. I mean, I guess, like, I probably should be improving relations with these dweebs. But I don't even seem to have that as an option, so... I guess I can spend some of my influence making friends with at least Upper, Lower Canada, maybe Nova Scotia, Colombia. Let's make sure we're on good terms. Like how bureaucracy is on such a knife edge. Things are a bit of a mess. Oh, we're adopting it. Confederate Canada. 2 Canadian colonies will be unified. Have at least amicable relations and greater GDP than the neighboring Anglo-Canadian or Franco-Canadian countries with the same overlord. Expedition to find the source of the Nile. I'm sorry, do I have... Just want to be clear here. The Hudson's Bay Company isn't like also in India or something, is it? No, this is the East Indian Company. Okay, thank God. Cape Colony. Just expecting to find out like I had a whole other continent I was dealing with. Peace treaty. This is better than normal. This is also, this number doesn't appear red anymore for whatever reason. Unrealized taxes. Noble privileges deactivated. 10% tax income. Thank you, landowners. Appreciate that. The Anti-American League opposes the United States of America. Yeah, I'd agree with that. This guy here, this is how I feel about America right now. I'm this guy in the top hat, just feel like, no. Let me Drake meme America. This is the real Canadian experience right here. Take off the British mask. I was the Hudson's Bay Company the whole time. Artillery shortage in the British market. Well, there's money to be made there. Am I building still? We're getting better. Logging camp and none of it. I'm still spending an insane amount of money on wood. But. Yay! We have an oligarchy. Huzzah! Oh, I tell you what I want to do. I want to build one of these art things. I want to patronize romanticism. Any Hudson's Bay Company building is an arts academy with traditional art. This is paper for fine art. And what's the other part of this I need? Has activated traditional art. Production method. Do not complete realism. Do maybe find some way to tax people more. Authority. Egalitarianism would probably be pretty good. Standard of living from literacy, social security. Dialectics. Oh, that's almost done. +1 max education investment. TBH, let's just do that real fast. Oh no, my authority. They don't like that I'm taxing all their opium. Which, like, fair. I wouldn't like that either. Man, no matter what I do, these industrialists just keep getting more and more power. Also, the pro country icon is also the Drake meme. It's very funny. That's amazing. Back to war we go, I suppose. I like how I'm like, I'm going to build an arts academy. Also, I'm constantly bankrupt. What I really ought to be doing, I guess, is like looking to see like where do I need to be building more government stuff? Where do I need to be building more urban? I don't know that urban even is giving us much here, but like taxation capacity. So I am like, if I built this in here, 22,000 peasants. It says that's going to cost me 1,000 gold a week. Even though it lets me tax more. So probably I don't want to build that right now. We have railways. The water tube boiler is something I wouldn't mind getting for better production. Honestly. Improved fertilizer also might be pretty good. Though our biggest issue is like how do I chop trees faster? That's what I want to know. Steam donkeys for logging camps. That's for mills. For food. Yeah, I mean, maybe that is what I want is a steam donkey. 12 years to research that. Seems like kind of a long time. 3 years on a water tube boiler. Go for that instead. Can I lose the game by getting elected out of government? Yeah, I don't know. You're the country, not the government. Okay. I mean, we are going to start having some like radicalization happen. Tools. Tools are expensive. We make tools. We made tools. No, we're still making tools. Perhaps we should expand that then. Oh, yeah, okay. So you can see that the private companies have actually like been building logging camps. These guys got an urban center, so I guess they're urbanizing. Urbanizing? Is that the term? Yes, yes. War with Dynam. They're not too concerned. Financial districts. Privately owned financial districts. Property portfolios. Cool. But also scary. Have the Prussians been building in our country? Man, I wish we could get rid of that guy. Percussion cap unlocked. Unlocks munition plants and rifling technology. If I have more bureaucracy, I could educate people more. We also have room to change some laws around here right now, and there is... endorsements. Internal security. Public schools. Yes. No health system. I'd love public health care. What about charity hospitals? Trade unions and the church would be happy. Legal guardianship. Property to women. To own and cherish. Intelligistas would be really happy about this. I'd upset a lot of activists, but that's okay. The church would be unhappy and the landowners would be unhappy. I don't know that I can make the landowners unhappy right now. What about worker rights? Nope. We don't even know what that means. Right of assembly? That's fine. Child labor? Everybody needs to work. Poor laws. Landowners sad, industrialists happy, trade unions happy. Might be hard to pass that though. Migration controls? Slavery is banned. Colonial exploitation. Resettlement or frontier. Homesteading. Could do tenant farmers. Oh man, the rural folk would be really upset about that though. Hereditary bureaucrats, appointed bureaucrats. That would be better, but not very likely to pass. Export-focused economy with an emphasis on keeping a positive current account. Free change of goods must be impeded as trade is for the benefit of all. Protectionism. Protected from deep... people would probably want to pass free trade, but... Landowners sad, rural folks sad, intelligent industrialists happy. Per capita taxation. Landowners sad, everyone else stoked. Trade unions not happy. This seems like a good idea. Would I make more money from this? This seems like it's pretty likely to succeed. It would also make everyone really happy. Also, more money, 6K more. I couldn't even see that in there. Oh yeah, change in revenue from current tax law plus 5.69. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, our company is bankrupt. We could fix it with this one easy decision. Should we do it? You tell me. I like that we've managed to get ourselves down to under 3K on wood, but that we, like, no matter what I do, this number doesn't really seem to move from 3,000. Which leads me to believe that, like, England is just stealing all of our wood. They're hitting us with the old potato famine strategy. Just like, you know, in their defense. It's a good strategy. It does work. These all cost authority. These are all incorporated. I'm just like, I have influence. That's what this spends, right? Diplomatic lens? Increase autonomy. I can demand annexation of Haiti. Ooh. This would be fun. Great Britain could potentially get dragged into war with Spain. No, but also like France and the Ottomans, the US. There's so many people involved in that. I don't feel like we know enough to know what's happening. The upper strata have decided to donate generously to the poor. Hey, Mona. Even among them, they advocate for the per capita taxation law, agreeing it would be a fair means of redistributing wealth. 20% success chance or 10% success chance, and standard of living +1 for the lower strata and lower reduced for the upper strata. I'm going to take encourage charitable giving just because it seems like I'm going to pass this law anyway. Feeling pretty good about it at the moment. And how do I pin this? Pin? There we go. Belgium is no longer part of the British Empire. Oh, can we create a communist superstate, Mona? What do you think? A great Hudson's Bay? A great Mona Bay? Old rich people are silly. Philanthropy? Who gives money away for free? Tax the rich more? Who's going to fund our next political campaign? Yeah, I guess. That's a good question. I'm trying not to think about it too much. You know? Hey, money. Aren't you happy? She's like, I'll be here, but I don't want to be. Pretty good. Pretty good. Armed forces giving us 10% military speed because they're so happy with us. Honestly, except for the landowners, we're doing pretty good in keeping everybody appeased. Does suck because, like, that's a lot of tax. But we are getting this 15% migration attraction from the Intelligistas, and that is hyper valuable. What are we doing on this front? The Arts Academy is almost done. Progress to amendment. Nice. Oh my god, dudes. We're going to fix the taxes. We're going to axe the tax. And by axe the tax, I mean axe the rich people and take all their money. If we're going to call it the axe tax. We're going to need some more bureaucracy soon, too. So I think... I have to queue that up. It's going to be expensive, but we're going to need it. Verb the noun, brother. Has our GDP gone up? I don't know. Where is the GDP? Probably not under politics. Wow, there's so many exiled agitators now. Ooh, I could even get like an intelligent one. Our guy's a landowner, which is maybe not the best. Just below the bureaucracy, 2.8 mil. Oh, I don't know where you see that. Very top of the UI. 2.6. Oh yeah, look, we're going up. GDP's doing better. Mark Jones has offered to spend some of his personal wealth to create a university in Manitoba, but it will likely give industrialists some influence. This seems extremely valuable. For 5% attraction? Oh no. The industrialists are so powerful. The political will and desire of the lower class will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for per capita taxation has spread like wildfire. Modernization gets grassroots support permanently. Petit bourgeois gets grassroots support as well. The lower pops become more loyalist. I mean, obviously we have this guy who loves modernizing. And I mostly like his job, his stuff. Mark Cooper Jones, the Map Man guy? Oh, I don't know. Agitator likes this as well. I like the idea of the lower strata pops becoming like loyalists to me, because I feel like that's where most of our pops are gonna be. I don't love the idea of giving the petit bourgeois any more attraction. But I really have no idea like what our interest groups are for becoming a weird socialist superstate. I'm gonna calm the masses. I'm gonna let them do it. August. Wow, everything is so green. Oh. I had a menu open. Awesome. We have our Arts Academy. Traditional art. Needs to have workplace occupancy greater or equal to 90%. So I do need to subsidize this building. I also think that India... just left the British Empire? The East India Company exploded? Oh. Is this colonizing Canada game? Yeah, I mean, we're yeah, basically. We're playing as Hudson's Bay. We're trying to create a socialist Canadian superstate. Hard to say how we're doing, other than mostly going bankrupt at the moment, but... vulnerable front, the Eastern Andalusian front. No, I don't think that is a vulnerable front. That sounds like somebody else's problem. Oh, the old Spaniards, not going to be so happy. Okay, so we're upgrading the tool workshop because tools were like pretty expensive there for a while. Nice. Taxation is going into law votes. 50% right now as well. So this is looking pretty good. 50% or 44% advancement. I don't know how you advance any further when you're in a voting phase. I guess you just like get an event. And the investor class is building railways. Ooh. Do I want that? I guess I can't really stop them, can I? I also want railways. Good grief, man. The investor class is just building everything in my country at this point. Not for long. Not once this per capita taxation. This is what's happening, is they're all like, we got to invest all of our money because we're about to get, like, taxed into oblivion. A lot of loyalists. I feel like radicals are going down, maybe? Population seems to have maybe capped last little bit. People are pretty happy. Not super literate. I need to get more bureaucracy so we can increase the literacy, because I do think that's where we're gonna do very well. Per capita taxation kicks in. We currently have a high taxation, but that's now getting us 4K. Oh, actually, it dropped us down a bit as well. We could probably afford to drop down to medium taxes, but let's get out of our interest hole for a little bit. It's a joke for the industrialists. I mean, it's basically only the landowners got mad. The aristocrats are the ones getting screwed. We're doing great. Great Britain is helping spread technology in Nova Scotia. Well, clearly you have a favorite. Support regime. Weekly liberty desire, -10. No, they won't give me technology. Britain, what do I got to do to let you give me the rest of Canada? Iron is no longer super expensive, but groceries and engines are, so we might actually want to look at some of our buildings again. No, still tools. Still the way to go. Pot stills? Not quite. Trying to see if we can like increase any of this. Yeah. I feel like that's pretty equal. I'd rather the extra help harvesting. I don't mind polluting right now. Atmospheric engine pump. This is new. Use extra tools and produce a bunch of extra stuff, but generate pollution. Let's pollute. We're Canada. Rail transportation. Ooh. Input goods shortage of transportation will result in a penalty on all building outputs. Not enough qualifications to fully staff mines. I guess we have to start generating more rails first. That's a good idea. Market stalls, market squares. I mean, basically, I'm just looking at, like, does it give me more money? Gas street lamps. Public trams. Free churches. Yeah, okay, you're being subsidized. You're producing everything you can. My university, scholastic education, or a philosophy department. Let's give them a philosophy department. We can afford that. We could also afford to get those fishing trawlers. Our port is a anchorage. It could be a cargo port, though. It would start producing convoys here as well for basically no cost. Experimental trains, cargo prioritization, or wooden passenger cars. I guess until we have more railways, we won't really know the answer to that. Those are privately owned. Okay. Goodness gracious. Teaching the poor to read isn't what the investor class is about. More mechanists means more trade union cloud eventually. Well, that's good to know. The wine produced in the Hudson's Bay Company, Ontario, has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. When people say that something ages like wine, they don't always make the distinction between wine and wine. So let me make that distinction. If you can get your hands on a bottle from the Hudson's Bay Company, Ontario, that bottle can be more than just a good time. It can be an investment. An exclusive product for exports, or produce more wine. Prestige. Just make more wine, man. I want more money. I don't care about the prestige. First you get the wine, then you get the money. So, building level has to be greater or equal to 2. Yeah. Because I'm subsidizing this academy, so I just need to make it level 2. No, this feels like it's taking a very long time to be built. Also, now that I have money, I can start building iron frame buildings. So all of our construction will go faster instead of just everything being made out of wood. Good. Zoom in and I can see the choo-choos. Are these the choo-choo tracks? Very good, sir. This is important knowledge. This is what we needed. This is what the people are here for. Look how happy all of our interest groups are. Even the landowners are okay with what's going on right now. The name is a mouthful and so is the taste. HBCO wine slogan. We'll colonize your land and then your taste buds. So everything is incorporated, hey? That's good. Now we just get to grow the natural way. So the trains come into Fort Douglas and then they have to take carriages across to Ontario. And actually they have to go through like Upper Canada and then Lower Canada. Where the hell do I make anything up here? There's not even like a city. Where are our cities? We have Fort Douglas. Is Fort Douglas my only city? No, we have Regina. We have Fort Edmonton. I think that's it. Steel mills get some nice upgrades. As I think that also affects the iron mines? No, sir, it does not. But it does upgrade the steel mill. So I'll take it. A series of perceived poor decisions by the modernization movement has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. Perhaps it can find alternative sources of funds. Funding depleted. Or funding extremely depleted. I mean, this one gives me more loyalists. I don't mind if they stick around a little bit longer. I can rename states and cities, by the way. Oh my god. Well, you say I can rename states and cities, but I think in reality, chat can rename states and cities. And we can live in fear of what that will cause. Paper, 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 paper. Also, I guess groceries. You're not making a lot of money, nor do you really have enough people to work that job. So do I really want to give you more jobs? Yeah, I probably do. I feel like I need to develop Saskatchewan more. We have steel mills over here, but maybe they could also have gold in Victoria? New South Wales. Is that not here? Or is this like New Zealand? These guys have 5 manor houses. Somebody is building a furniture manufacturer here, which is a bit annoying because I'd like a paper mill. And I'm going to have to build that over there where there's not going to be enough construction. So I'm going to have to, I guess, build that in Saskatchewan instead. Even though there's no logging camps here. We'll survive. The leader of the Anglican Church has retired. I think I'm going to have to, like, move myself more. Maybe, like... Maybe I should put you guys up here. And then I sit here. This way, neither of us are in the way anymore. Water tube boiler. Patronized romanticism is also complete. Oh my god, isn't it romantic? The Arts Academy of Manitoba has experienced an increasingly interest in the romantic movement. Some of our great artists are producing genuine masterpieces. Romantic architecture, Arts Academy building throughput. Or realism. No, let's show them how romanticism is done. And then maybe we can... Maneuvers for diplomatic play, bureaucracy, population cost modifiers. What other good things? Egalitarianism maybe is nice. It seems like we're like on the way to that already. I could have sworn we had central banking, but maybe we just went with regular banking. Let's grab central banking. Keep fixing this, get this economy up and running real good now. Grand exhibition. Need an arts academy greater than 10, a university greater than 10, and an urban center greater than 20. I mean, we have a university. Oh, it's a lot of money to subsidize this art academy. Maybe we stop doing that for a little while. Let's, I think they're doing okay. I think we could pull some funding out of the arts here, maybe, and put it into the old economy. What do you say? Boilers, we can now have hot baths. Oh yeah, we should actually probably put those boilers on things. Swapped out Central for the romanticism research. I see. If Agent won't play Uma Musume, we will make Victoria 3 into Uma Musume. So, can I take these? Where are my livestock ranches? Can I rename these? No. All right. Saskatchewan. Oh, yeah, look, farming town. Yorkton. So I could call this farming town Haru Urara Pastures. That's cool. I didn't know that's how it worked. So eventually a farming town will form here. And then it will just get that name. That rules. Okay, so hold on here. Coal mines can get a condensing engine pump. Engine pumps. Currently, the railways are still like too expensive for me. I guess we don't really have good trains yet, so. Something else here. Paper mills can take the water tube boiler. We'll just give them these and the sulfite pulping. Tooling workshop can get the water tube boiler. Furniture manufacturers. Didn't realize I was making these. Somebody must be building this for me. Precision tools. We'll go non-luxury. Still a little too expensive to do pot stills. Okay. Everything's coming up Hudson's Bay Company, man. Did I ever play Vicky 2 or is this your first Vicky game ever? I did play Vicky 2. I played a bunch of Vicky 2. My big memory of Vicky 2 was playing as Brazil and completely cornering the rubber market and just like ending up conquering all of South America with a massive rubber industry. Convoys. Ooh, I guess I make these now for trade routes. Nice. That'll be handy. Oh my god, I cannot wait to not be paying 2,000 gold in interest. It's gonna be so good. Also, Colombia. I didn't realize that they were just colonizing all the way down there. How do I claim Athabasca? How do I colonize you? Establish colony? Declare interests? I already have interests. Annex country? Not a decentralized nation. Due to being a colonial country. Violate sovereignty? Conquer? Is a decentralized nation, is not a decentralized nation. I can demand that annexation, but it would cause Russia to come to war with me. And I don't think that would go very well. Dude, I don't understand what Athabasca's deal is. And why nothing can be done here. It's truly a mystery to me. Can't colonize as a colony subject outside of your area? Well, you think that I could, like, make a claim of... Oh, I didn't know I could right-click things. The state of Alaska. Under major turmoil. Decentralized. It's claimed by the Russian American company. It's also claimed. So that's the thing. Only one person can have a claim on it, I guess. Quite. But only claimants can colonize it. Okay. We're learning. $8,000 on government construction. That number went up a lot. Kansas has been colonized. Next, they're probably going to colonize Arkansas. That is a lot of paisanos. Did iron just get, like, wildly expensive? I mean, not according to this. Did my economy crash somewhere else? No. Yeah, okay, something happened here and I jumped up a lot. I probably built some sort of arts academy or something stupid. I might have done something like that. I'm not sure. It's unclear at this point in time. I guess at least we're selling paintings now. Exports? We're exporting a lot of opium. Oh, the British are exporting a lot of opium. I want to know what I'm exporting. I don't care about the British. Lower Canada's in a good mood with me. Would you like to take on my debt? I don't really know what good this is for me. Back to having all of this influence and nothing to use it for. Let's make friends with Denmark, I guess. Because for some reason I've decided to give interests to you. You love me, actually. Denmark is obsessed with me. What about Cuba? Or Haiti? Country in the Spanish market. Why do you guys like me so much? They want to befriend me. Oh, both of you are owned by Spain. I can damage. Okay, I can improve relationships with Cuba. And everything else down here is just Great Britain anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Check market under goods. Look for iron. Local price, 50 bucks. 27% compared to the base price. Yeah, see, this is the crazy thing, right? Like, I'm selling an insane amount of iron, and I'm buying almost as much as I'm selling. And I can't set tariffs. Which I guess would be what fixes this problem. So say the current state of the world. That's the whole market. Yeah. Blame Great Britain. It's a safe call, honestly. What else is being built around here? Logging camps. Two private constructions. I'd like to be able to see... Oh, government, private. Logging camps. Okay. More gold in old New South Wales. How's our gold doing? Well, I guess it's not running out anytime soon. All right. I am a bit concerned about, like, how do we... Greener grass? Migration? I need authority for that. And all my authority is being absorbed in our tax scheme. On opium and grain, which I cannot afford to take off. Okay. Very good, sir. But my bureaucracy button is finally done, which means I can educate the masses. Level 3 education. And then I could do other things with bureaucracy, like I don't know what. Unlock egalitarianism. Universal suffrage, proportional taxation, radical parties, labor movements. I mean, universal suffrage sounds like probably a pretty good thing to get going. Women's suffrage. What's universal suffrage under? Still no multiculturalism. Appointed bureaucrats, maybe. This might not be a bad one. Secret police. National Guard. Guaranteed liberties. Wow, the intelligence would really like that. But there's no way that's going to pass. Dedicated police force. Not a bad idea. Stop consumption on grain, tax better things, 500 authority in impoverishing your lower strata. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's maybe a good idea. What about trade protectionism? Right now we have mercantilism, which is like tariffs, subventions, trade advantage. Industries must be protected. This would make people happy. As well as loyal. Honestly, trade protectionism is probably not a bad idea. We also can do proportional taxation, but like nobody really wants that right now. Poor laws is like maybe. And then I don't know where that suffrage law is. The labor movement is spreading. That's good. Honest work deactivated. Oh, the rural folk are not so happy anymore. Wow, man, people are really just like building into these logging camps. My biggest issue is still like I don't have enough population. I have private investment building so many things that I don't even need to really be building anymore. So I guess let's go trade protectionism. Kind of feels like everybody likes that, so. If I can turn off protection on grain, I will do it. But I'd like to get out of this debt hole first. Half an hour, we were 2.6 million GDP. Now we're 3.7 million. It's pretty good. We're starting to blow up. Universities educate the people for better jobs. We actually have university. We have a university, I should say. Which I guess, yeah, we could expand on for sure. I feel like I need paper, right? Like I feel like everything right now should be like I should be making this paper mill and then just blowing this paper mill up, subsidizing the hell out of it, because it's one of the most expensive goods on the market. So are tools and iron. We are forced to join all wars initiated by England versus the Satara and Columbia District. Yeah, I guess. Conquer Noopadoop? This place? Honestly, dude, I'm not sure what you're meant to be doing. Are you going? Mobilizing. Conquer these guys? I mean, the war is going to be over by the time he gets over there. Hydraulic cranes, the trade center. Gets a bonus. Did we build a trade center? I feel like we have not. Oh, we have. No, correction. We are building a trade center. Good job, everybody. Now that you are fully mobilized, we can demobilize. We won the war. You can force us, but we might just not deploy. I mean, I kind of was like, why not join in a little war? It's just a little war. I appreciate that Colombia has managed to eat a chunk of America. Totally not sure how they pulled that off, but I'm stoked about it. All right, I'm also starting to get the feeling like I need to build more construction sectors. The only problem is that they're so expensive. Like, just running construction bankrupts me to the tune of like 7K. So maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I need to increase my iron mines at this point. Damn, if there ain't always something to be working on. None of these guys have jobs. Welcome to the boom bust cycle. It's not one thing, it's another. The Voice of Fort Edmonton, a popular newspaper read by the rural folk class across the Hudson's Bay Company, has published an article by Christopher Neal, a modernization agitator, advocating for the inaction of protectionism. Yeah. I like rural folk. I think. Do I like rural folk? Yeah, I don't know. I like passing this law is what I like passing. This reminds me a lot of like Hearts of Iron when you're trying to build the early buildings that allow you to build civic industry. Like spamming a bunch of early civic industry so that you can build a bunch of military industry later. Or just like hyper boost your economy super early on. Groceries and paper still are the big guys. This is building so damn slow, man. Central banking. Fund lobbies. Okay, well. Resource discovery chance. This would improve all my iron mines as well. A bit of nitroglycerin. Help things out. The money, man, it's fixing. That interest keeps going down. And as long as it keeps going down, if I can start getting just back into the positive cash flow and we can start getting some gold reserves, that's going to be, I feel like, where we kick off. Bump up the education. I think we bumped it already. Yeah, it's on its way. Great Britain versus Satara. Oh. Oh. That's what he wants me to do. He wants me to send my army to India. Let me tell you, buddy, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah, I'm paying $7K, you're right, to Great Britain. That's outrageous. They basically just take 40% of my money. Amendment, nice. 40% is so much. Can I spend this bureaucracy on anything? I guess not. It's only on institutions, right? I don't know how to unlock the higher levels of this, but... We got laws en route. The government is like, okay. I could... 25% loyalists from political groups. -1 opposition due to high income tax. If I accepted the petit bourgeois in the armed forces, I'd go up a lot in government. The problem is like, not really who I want in charge here. These guys kind of suck. East India is going to be gone now, so they have to milk you. Ugh. Yeah, I guess you're probably right. Canadian Independence Day, it's coming. We're working our way towards it. Kids are in the mine. There's no point in having open schools. I mean, we do still have those child labor laws, but we don't know how to pass them, right? Restricted child labor? I need to invent the labor movement. That sounds like society. That sounds like this right here. Restricted child labor, regulatory laws, wage subsidy, Socialist Labor Party. Hello. Leads to socialism. Well, that's what we have. That's the next thing we're doing. First, we need to research nitroglycerin, and then we can have communists. That's the way this works. I have all this influence, and I'm literally like, I don't know what to spend any of this on. France? Maybe? Who hates you? Russia hates you. America? I'm a bit worried that America is gonna want to devour me. Christopher Neal's body of published works is a popular new book with a vision of protectorism. Industrialists say the contents are legally sound. He gets popularity. We spend $60 for 5 years. Or we get authority for 5 years. This is going to be enacted no matter what we do. I don't know that we need to empower the industrialists anymore. This guy's already liked enough. I'll take that authority. Help cut this number down a little bit too. And then like as soon as we are out of this, I'm cutting grain taxes. my god, this paper mill is almost done. Please make me infinite money, paper mill. Please, paper mill. Ottomans versus Egypt are back at their old classic scandal. Oh no, the Syrian front is vulnerable. Not really too worried about that. He's unable to hire. Ah, someone's building a fertilizer plant here too. And a railway. Education's increased. Just a bunch of people going, Gotta have the hammer before we can have the scythe. Exactly. You know what's up. Think I might have to subsidize this guy. Because, like, paper is still the most expensive government good. You're doing fine. I should probably actually expand you. Because these groceries are always in demand. And I should also probably subsidize you. I feel like that's a good idea. More people are leaving the British Empire, it seems like, every day. So how do I get out of that? How do I get out of this British Empire shenanigans here? That's what I want to know. Papa, can you let me be free? Doesn't seem like it. Can I ask these guys for colonization rights, I wonder? Declare rivalry. Options. Investor class likes to take advantage of subsidies. You don't want them to end up building so many useless buildings and drain the country's coffers. I don't really think that groceries and paper is going to be an issue in terms of subsidies, though. Like, because these are things that I am going to need, I think, all game long, right? We're at war with Egypt. We're making iron mines over there, which we probably don't actually need to be making, but we will anyway. And honestly, I'm probably going to make more paper mills. Another option is I just like pause this and see how much like I can hyper bankroll for a minute. I think this is actually going to cut off 7. Bet it won't. 4K. How much do we owe? 616. So that's 100 months? Christ on a cracker. Keep building. Can you imagine being the companies in this Canada? Someone's just like, no building. No building. I just want to see how much money we'll make. Okay, no. You can go back to building. Like, nobody is allowed to work building anything for the next little bit. Optimal sunlight started in Manitoba, affecting 5 of your states with an intensity of 2.9. What does that do? Optimal sunlight. Oh, there you are. Goods consumption for peasants, agriculture, and plantation throughput. Nice. Oh, those Canadian prairies really coming along. There's our nitroglycerin for all of our mines. Well, I guess not all of our mines, but a lot of our mines. This also says I'm going to lose money, but I'm finding that a bit hard to believe. We now have trade protectionism. Also, let's grab that labor movement, baby. I hear a train, but I don't see one. Little town of Saskatoon, maybe? We're starting to see like new towns being formed here, which is really cool. I guess this goes up to the port. Where is that railway go? To here, and then it just stops. Damn, dude, I can't wait to actually own Canada so I can know what it's meant to look like. So confusing otherwise. Oh, I also have a food industry here. Interesting. Interesting. Railway in Saskatchewan, fertilizer plants in Saskatchewan. I'm okay with all of this being built. Everything is slow, though. You'd be surprised how the AI likes to build random art academies in the poorest, emptiest provinces because you subsidize your academy back home. Oh, no. They hope to be subsidized. Building way too many sometimes, and they eat up all the infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure is something we definitely don't understand yet. Like a railway and port. Yeah, because some of my countries were out of infrastructure, but yeah, Saskatchewan has no infrastructure. But somebody else building a railway here right now, so. The Swiss Liberal Revolt is beginning its conscription. No, my middle managers. No. Look how happy everyone is. Everyone is pleased with how we are running the country. Let's crank it. Let's juice this turn rate. South Island, New South Wales. Dude, bunch of gold in New South Wales. I never knew this. If you have low infrastructure, you basically rely more on local prices since you lose some access to the national market. Okay. But we also don't have... Actually, did we build a trade center after? No. I feel like I should do that. Because I feel like if I have a trade center, I don't need to rely on England as much. And then, like, that might help us out. At least that's the dream. 1.2 in interest. That's pretty good. -7 to England, though, is criminal. Outrageous. Also, we're not passing any laws right now. We should really be doing... Well, I guess we're working on the labor unions right now. I don't think I even have options here. Homesteading, tenant, frontier colonization. I could go with, like, colonial exploitation, but I don't really know that I want to do that. Public schools, we could get private schools, but I don't feel like that's a good thing to do. Poor laws? Landowners are sad, but trade unions and industrialists are happy. Social Security level 1 with welfare payments, food security, and political strength when receiving welfare. We might as well. Build, 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 baby. You want to super centralize your production in mine-rich provinces, but with the update you can be more flexible? I mean, it feels like to me spreading out makes sense. At least a little bit, because like the population is so spread out that I can't just build everything in one country or they're going to be like, well, there's nobody is there to work it. Certainly that is the vibe I'm feeling. Wow, that immediately passed to amendment on the first try. Wow, people really want to do this. Glad to see it, honestly. Seems to be some back and forth war over here with Russia, but... or Russia-America company. I am worried about the fact that it's just like I'm not building any army. But also I'm Canada, so... +1 potential agitator. Cool. Can I get in someone like this, a trade unionist? I could get in an intellectualist. Tactful. Inspirational orator. We'll join the labor movement. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I want. Positivist movement. Interesting. This guy's a labor movement guy as well. I feel like I want a trade unionist. An honorable, basic entrepreneur who is loved. He is currently a second-class citizen, tier 4. Tier 5 is full acceptance. Where's this guy from? What's his deal? He's a radical. From the French. Right, so he's honorable, which makes him really popular. And he's a basic entrepreneur, which also makes him really popular. Strives for radical liberal reforms, advancing democratic ideas. I mean, that guy seems like he'd be pretty good, and he'd start a labor movement. And he's pretty well accepted. And he's French, which is half of Canada. Unfilled jobs do give migration attraction. Oh, that's good to know. What was this other labor guy? Land reformer. Political operator. Reckless. Yeah, je vote Feliz Navidad here as well. I think this guy would be pretty fun. Get them in here. Let's do some agitation. Get some new trouble going for us. And I want to say let's go straight to socialism. 14 years. Maybe not. Maybe we should take care of some other stuff on the home front first. Like empowering farmers and shopkeepers, maybe. Charter companies, number of companies. +1 infrastructure for 100,000 population. Leads to steel frame buildings. Like I need to empower the lower classes. I don't really feel like we have a food problem, so this stuff is not... I don't really feel like a rush on any of that. Military, this doesn't interest me at all right now, so... Yeah, maybe like... Postal savings leads to... mutual funds. I mean, that is more money. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Ottoman Empire is trying to improve relations with me. Interesting. We're up to 4.3 million GDP. We are actually cooking on GDP, though we are kind of shifting up and down in rankings. But understandable, we're still under the thumb of the Brits. All right, we have untrained hands. Children working in the tooling workshop at Hudson's Bay, Ontario have suffered injuries trying to operate the machinery used in production. Keep children off the factory floor. Or these new industries need all the employment they can get. We're going to keep children off the factory floor. That's like the next thing I'm planning to pass. A foreign manifesto. The Protestant Traditionalist Movement. Popular Exile Manifesto. No, let's censor the Protestants and also frame the Anglicans for it. Accidental good press for the United States of America. Private correspondence exchanged by members of the Anti-American League have been published in pamphlets. The letters praise the United States, contrary to the intentions of the industrialists. Appeasement changes by -1. Or 5% of industrialists become loyalists. Oh, let's do that. Loyalists are good. And we now have poor laws. Excellent. Look at us go. We're getting better and better all the time. We can increase Social Security because we have enough bureaucracy to do this. So let's do that. And then regulatory bodies. It seems like people don't want that. But what about child labor? I feel like restricting child labor straight across the board. This is liked. Why can't I pass that law? Enactment success is above 0. It has a 100% debate chance. Even though it's endorsed by 33% of people. Ooh, industrialists don't want to change that law. We can't get rid of the industrialists because they're too powerful. Don't even think about changing it. The trade unionists are starting to come up though, and they're getting more power here. That would buckle us. Yeah, I still can't get rid of the industrialists right now. Darn. Are there no laws for me to change then? There are not. Very good, sir. Colonized Utah. We're still working on these paper mills, these food industries. Let's actually work on that trade center first. I hate that I keep getting like notifications for like, oh, there's strong winds in India somewhere. Like, my dude, that's part of the Brits. That's not part of me. Look at this. Our interest down to like 400 bucks. Our gold reserves are actually coming back up. We've almost paid off the principal of our loan. Thank the stars, man. Pretty good investment pool, too. Gold discovered. Paper. Iron is becoming expensive again. That's good to know. Nice. And we're working on the trade center, which is actually super fast to build. It's so fast, I cannot believe we did not build this earlier. I did not realize that this would take like a week to be built. Egyptians are less autonomous. They have returned Transjordan to the Ottomans. And they have transferred the Russian-American company to the Ottomans. Egypt is independent? And Serbia controls Austria-Hungary now? No, this can't be right. Who owns the Russian-American company? It is owned by Russia. That's what they wanted to get done, maybe? Oh, yeah, well, you guys got big, though. Austria-Hungary. The ticks are the war goals that were enforced. Okay. That makes way more sense. Pops are living below the expected standard of living in Saskatchewan. All right, well, that's going to be solved really soon. Have a cultural migration target in one of your state. Large number of Bashkir people have begun migrating from Russia to Manitoba. Interesting. I'll take them. I will absolutely take them, and I'm about to lift these grain penalties. Grain taxes? I can't believe we're coming out of this. Let's go! We have gold! We are officially no longer bankrupt. Taxes. Oh, you can expand the taxes. Interesting. I'm going to remove the consumption tax on wheat. I'm also going to remove it on opium. A minority group of Bashkir have recently settled in Manitoba. Turkic. They don't like liquor and wine. All right. The local Anglo-Canadian elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Bashkir newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. Classic. They become radical. No. We must foster harmony between all people. %, of Anglo-Canadian upper strata become radical. Or 5% of all pops. In just Manitoba. Yeah, they're definitely not very well accepted at the moment. Anglo-Canadian 29. Anglo-Canadian upper strata pops. So this is what I want to know. How many Anglo-Canadians are in upper stratas? Probably quite a bit. That baby's going nuts. All right, we're just going to foster harmony between people. And hope that that worked. Plus 10. All right, so that's pretty like neutral. Neutral pull. Unacceptable government. Oof, man, I hate all of those options. The trade unionists are coming up. I just need them to, like, keep pulling power from the industrialists and the petit bourgeois. I guess really I need the intelligent to pull from the petit bourgeois. All right, we're working back on those food industries. I do wonder about building another construction center. Because I don't actually have one in Manitoba. That would cost a lot of money per week. And I don't have any bureaucrats to work it. Nor do I have anybody to work my trade center. I might as well do bulk trading, if I'm allowed to trade. Start making some clerks. Can we get voting instead of oligarchy? Not yet. We did unlock... This is where universal suffrage was. Every adult man is given an equal vote. Literate men are given a vote. Those who own land or capital are given a vote. Ah, yeah, the industrialists would hate that. But the trade unions and the intelligista would love it. But until that success rate goes above at least 1%, I can't do it. Apparently our guys would also like wealth voting. I think the reality is just like any vote that's not an oligarchy, we would probably like. Still don't know where you are on the map. I've been trying my hardest to figure it out. We are Hudson's Bay Company. We are Canada. This is us. Our capital is here. Canada HQ, aka Manitoba. The head of the Hudson's Bay Company. Food, paper, groceries? Yes, that's all still expensive. Paper, yes. Artillery foundry. Oh, wow. So they said that the population here was also impoverished. Oh, I guess that went up, though. Middling. What if... I'd love to drop this tax down again. It would basically hit us neutral. So the real question starts to become like, where else do we want to build up? None of you guys have enough jobs. Not enough people to work jobs. You have an iron mine up here that almost has enough people. Unfortunately, this gold mine is just like slow and steady. What I can do now, though, is put a greener grass on the Yukon. So this will cause more migrants to move here and start mining that gold. This is why I got rid of all those subsidies. And I can probably also say, like, manufacturing, simulation and conversion. I mean, we did just get a lot of people, a lot of new pops in these places. I'm wondering about encouraging manufacturing in some of these places as well. Technically, my capital is in London. You're right. Yeah, technically, you are correct. Mines, oil, logging, fishing, whaling. Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of manufacturing in Manitoba. But then I also look at Saskatchewan, and we also have a lot of manufacturing here. Oh, they built a trade center over here, privately owned. No port, though? No, yeah, we have a port. One person works in this port. That's a good job there. Green grass and that snow. Keep digging and hand in the shinies. Petite portion of your government, since the leader is a reformer, we can get different voting laws. Since their leader is a reformer. Ah. Yeah, I could. Guess that would make everybody happy. Also make me a real government. Yeah, we could get the appointed bureaucrats. Currently, they're still not willing to let me swap that out. Political strength of servicemen, of officers. Ah, I could restrict child labor with them. Let's do it. Let's do it. Social mobility, education access, and qualifications. Strive for higher job qualifications. Part of me wonders, like, should I put that in Manitoba? But it's ironic because I didn't want this to be an industry. I wanted this to be like agriculture over here. Because Saskatchewan has like these bonuses for agriculture throughput. So does Manitoba. And then they went and they built fertilizer plants, steel mills, and artillery foundries and financial districts. And they're urbanizing like rapidly. And what I wanted was like wheat and livestock here. Paper, steel, and artillery. Food and arts. Food and tools. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should pull that off and I should, like, focus on getting some livestock going or something. 54% market access? Oh, that's not good. Infrastructure use is higher than infrastructure. Sweet Jiminy Crickets. Yeah, you need to get that fixed right away. Railway and the port. All right, we're gonna build that instead. Tone down the industrialist power. No more working in the mines for 24 hours, Timmy. It's just 22 hours. It'd be different if the country was AI. Yeah, I've been trying to like pull all the power down to the lower classes instead of just creating 3 corporations in a trench coat. So I feel like it's definitely a different vibe. You know, you also don't have a railway here. And maybe you should. There's a ton of population in Alberta, despite there being like just logging camps. Furniture factories. A brave engineer. A railroad accident in Manitoba narrowly avoided heavy fatalities due to the quick thinking of the train's engineer, who perished in the crash. Only a few people died, but the wreckage will take some time to clear. Death of a railman. -5 infrastructure in Manitoba. Railmen should get more than a song for dying on the job. Trade union gains support. Yes. Absolutely. They're climbing. Paper and groceries. We're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit. But I think this is probably where we leave today. I feel like we finally stabilized. We're making some money. We've bounced back from the dead. Now we just have to get out from under the yoke of the British oppressor. So come back tomorrow and see how we do. Until then.